welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are reacting to Panama versus the United States in CONMEBOL Copa América 2024 Group C. Halfway through match day twos. And then, of course, we'll have 3/4 through the match day twos at the end of the night. Have one match day two left, and then we'll be on to the final match day of the group stage. Before you know it, really. So, before you know it, really. Have Uruguay, Bolivia later tonight. If the U.S. even has a scare of losing this game, this will be the RSR. If they win pretty easily, I'd say about 3-0, or it looks like they could win 3-0, the RSR will be Uruguay, Bolivia. Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to let y'all decide, because to me, I don't think Uruguay, Bolivia would be the smart play. Hey, it's all good. Life's life. It happens. It happens. It happens. I understand. I'm actually going to let y'all decide. Should I do the RSR and do an early one for the USA-Panama game and then do Uruguay versus Bolivia just as a live, even if the USA wins pretty handily? Or should I do Uruguay-Bolivia RSR? I don't know if that'll do well, is my point. Uruguay-Bolivia, I don't know. Uruguay should beat the shit out of them, 1. Second of all, nobody cares. 3, I don't even know if the stream will do well. But the problem is I don't know how the numbers of the stream will be. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to let y'all vote. I think I may make a poll out of it. But with that being said, Panama 11 in goal, Orlando Mosquera. The back four, Cesar Blackman, Roderick Miller, Jose Cordoba, Edgardo Farina. Left back is Eric Davis, Michael Murillo, Christian Martinez, Alberto Carrasquilla, Edgar Barcenas, and Eduardo Guerrero for Panama. For the United States, in goal, we got Matt Turner, the back four of Anthony Robinson, Tim Ream, Chris Richards, Joe Scally. Center mids, Gio Reyna, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie. Left wing, Christian Pulisic. Valerian Balogun at striker, Tim Weah. Simple starting 11, what you'd expect. We already went over it, and they're showing it right now. Because, 1, it was a B team. Second of all, it was a penalty shootout. Third of all, Panama just ran them ragged, to be totally honest. Like, Panama just basically beat them into the ground. He's not even on the roster. He played Girona the day before the first game, and he wasn't on the roster then. There's been no injuries to put him on there. And besides, it's a Gold Cup level player. He was on the Gold Cup roster, I think, which is why you're confused. He was on the Gold Cup roster. I think he barely played, but I think he was on the Gold Cup roster. That aforementioned Gold Cup where they lost to Panama. But he's a Gold Cup player. You're acting like Panama sucks. Yeah, he's in the Olympics lineup, which is basically the Gold Cup roster. For better or for worse. With like 3 older players. Like, well, Walker Zimmerman is Gold Cup at this point. True. Yes, that's true. That is true. But they say they're going to bring the big A teams to next year's Gold Cup because it's 2025 and there's going to be guests. Yeah, you'd be a dumbass not to. You'd be a dumbass not to because of those guests. And it's the only thing that summer. It's not like the Nations League is right before it, like the 2021 and 23 Gold Cup. But you'd be a dumbass not to bring your best 11 because, well, there's guests who, their second teams would probably still be hard to beat by, still be hard for a B team, for an A team to beat. So, yeah. We're about to kick off. The center ref is Ivan Barton. I'm taking the over on Reds. Well, hey, at least you got that for the Olympics. Hey, I'm taking the over on Reds. I'm taking the over on Reds because Barton is, well, at least against the USA. Not always bad, but we're off. Panama, USA, 0-0 esta noche. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the second game played in this stadium during the tournament. Of course, Canada, Argentina played. Yep. Last thing he did was stun on Girona, which I'm not surprised. He did stun on us. He stunned on us. Get up, lad. It ain't that deep. You're acting like a good old boy. You're acting like a good old boy. I never expect that out of you. Get up, lad. It ain't that deep. My wallpaper is me. My phone wallpaper is me. For the foreseeable future. I don't know how much longer that'll be, but you know. I may soon have a phone wallpaper that's not as self-absorbed. Let's just put it like that. And I think put 2 and 2. No, it's not football either. No, it's not football either. Is the field natural grass or artificial turf? Turf. Well, no, it's sod rolled over turf. So that's the problem the Argentinians had, but the U.S. people said it was fine. The U.S. players said it was fine because they sometimes play on that. Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the home of Atlanta United, not the Falcons, because the Falcons never sold out that stadium a day in their life. Hell, the Georgia Bulldogs have more right. The Georgia Bulldogs have more right to claim that stadium, to be totally honest. Panama is eliminated with a loss and an Uruguay result against Bolivia, whether it's a win or draw. Bolivia would also be, which should not be Uruguay wins. So basically, in theory, if Panama loses, they're done. There's no way Bolivia beats Uruguay. No way. Panama's a good team, low-key. They're a low-key good team. Bolivia's not. Bolivia's not. Well, unless it's in La Paz, but that's I know it's not being played in La Paz because that's not in America. So honestly, atmosphere-wise, Mercedes-Benz. Playing surface-wise, they're all being played in NFL stadiums. So none. Maybe Dreadlands. I mean, then again, they had to roll sod over turf because let's remember, you know what caused Aaron Rodgers to blow out his Achilles? Turf. So the Dreadlands has turf too. So. Gillette Stadium has real grass. I think they went to real grass. Dummy. Like none of these playing surfaces are good. Let's just be honest. But that's because you wanted to get money. The playing surfaces are not good enough. Should someone's favorite team be their local team or should someone pick their team? Well, goal for the USA. Weston McKennie scores. Weston McKennie. In the 5th minute, it's 1-0. Goal USA. The future FC Cincinnati man. This is what it looks like. Goal for the USA. 5th minute. Ball crossed in on the free kick. Pulisic. Header by McKennie. And he just nods that thing home. Oh, no. No, McKennie was right there at the penalty spot to put away the rebound. Who's the header? Chris Richards was the header. Ball falls back to McKennie at the penalty spot thanks to a nice little touch by Tim Ream. Good heads up. Good heads up play by Tim Ream to put that right at the penalty spot, though. You got to give Tim Ream some props there. You have to. Weston McKennie. Sixth minute, but it's going to VAR. Shouldn't have wrote it down. Welcome to the Jordan Morris crew, McKennie. Your ass better not go to MLS. I don't think they'll ever play at Red Bull Arena again after Costa Rica in 2016. I don't think that'll ever happen. Not yet, but wait. But answering the question, since we have some time, dude, you're asking a guy who was born somewhere that has no local teams except for a college team. That's the one I had. Well, I still could choose my college team, like Mississippi State or Ole Miss, but there was an obvious choice there. You're talking to a guy who could choose whatever the fuck he wanted. And honestly, made a bad choice. I am a masochist. I am a masochist. I am a masochist. Very much so. Well, Mississippi State sucks too. I mean, it's not like that's much better of a choice. But at least you could be like, they're going to VAR. It fits in well. Hey, I know how to choose what. If you want to go by the fact of my college team fitting in with my pro teams, most of them that aren't Tom Brady, teams that Tom Brady played for 20 years, they fit in well. No goals offside, so it's still 0-0. I guess Tim Ream was offside. So, no goal, 0-0. I don't know. So, we're back to 0-0. So, but I'd rather be a Pumas fan than a San Diego FC fan, if that's your question. I'd rather be a Pumas fan. But, yeah, you know, I mean, I chose teams that all they do is disappoint me. Hey, you got to give me props. I stuck with them. You got to give me props. I stuck with them. At least I'm not, what's the cool team now? Golden State Warriors, or was that like 5 years ago? Is Golden State still cool? Is Golden State still cool? Cross in. At least I'm not a Yankees fan. Well, back when I picked, Atlanta wasn't around either. There was nothing really. So. Some people look at it like that. I see what I can do. Must win for the USMNT. No more playing against small Caribbean teams. No more friendlies. Trying to screw up, do something different. No, today is serious. And Panama's a team that will give you a fight. So, how we doing? How we doing? Welcome back. I'm a Pumas fan in a Club America household. Based Henry. Hamburglar family. Based Henry with a Hamburglar family. Robble, robble. You know. How's the game so far? USA just got called for offside goal. The USA is the better team, but Panama, besides the offside goal, I haven't given up much. Saved by Matt Turner. It's an okay game. It's about what I expected. 0-0. So it's about what I expected. I overrate Panama a good bit, though, so. But, you know. But I also know the USA are bottle jobs, so. It's about what I expected. And Ivan Bartolin's already stuck his nose into the match, which hearing he was the ref, I knew he was going to do. Especially when it comes to the USA. Maybe against CONCACAF teams, it's not as bad, but when it's the USA, for some reason that man just can't help but stick his nose into things. I'm not saying he's a bad ref, but damn, he lets the USA games get off the rails. I don't think it'll be as bad as Turkey versus Czech Republic. That was a whole nother level. That was a whole nother level. I've never seen something that absolute. I don't know. I haven't seen something that absolute. I don't know. I don't know. And Panama, Turner ran into, and this might be serious. A big collision from Turner and Cesar Blackman. Big collision. And Turner's down, and he's writhing in pain. He is writhing in pain. It's not good. I understand that. But again, that's where you're from. That's where you are. You are Jersey. You should be a Jersey fan. You should be a Jersey fan. Boom. Oh my God. Yep. He might just be. Yep. That is his shoulder. And as a goalkeeper, you need your shoulder, ironically enough. Like right on the top of the shoulder. Oof, Maron. Oof, Maron. I mean, I don't blame him. If I was a Brazil fan, I'd be losing my mind too. Carrasquilla for Panama. I mean, he's one of the best players in MLS, and he's very good when it comes to. Yeah, Tim Ream was offside. When it comes to just international games, like he's awesome. That doesn't look good. Not at all. Johan Vasquez would have taken a penalty better than Orbelin. Or Luis Romo should have taken it. Luis Romo should have taken it. We know Luis Romo could score good penalties. He should have taken it. Matt Turner is standing up now. That's good news. Panama should be down a man. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, okay? See, I get it was a heavy tackle. But no, I don't think it's a red card. I mean, it's incidental contact. It really is. And it just looks worse because Turner came down on his shoulder. I mean, I say it should be Sean Johnson, but I'm biased. It's probably going to be Ethan Horvath, as you can see. He's warming up right now. But personally, I'd rather it be Sean Johnson. Ethan Horvath is not that good. To be second over Sean Johnson? Dude, come on. Come on now. You can't review for a yellow. It's only a red that you can review for. And even if you review it for a red card offense, you only could give a red out of it. You can't just give a yellow while you review for a red card offense. Say, oh, it's not a red card, but I'm going to give a yellow. You can't do that. It's either red or no card if you're reviewing for a red card offense on VAR. So, I think it was incidental contact, personally. Let me look at this again. I mean, he's going for the ball, and okay, I can see where you're getting. Okay, actually, that looks a little bit more like he ran him over just to run him over while he was catching the ball. You know what? You might have a point. You might have a point. But Matt Turner's up. So, but you know what? You might have a point. It was a goal kick for Turner. He caught the ball. It was in his possession. So once the ball came into play, it's his goal kick. He caught it. It was his possession. So it's not a foul per se. Like, I guess it is a foul, but it was in his possession. He was going to kick the ball if he didn't get absolutely run. So you know what? Fair. Might have a point. It's like he ran straight into him. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as the baseball ones to me. Like, I'm not as mad about the I'm not as mad about the NHL new Fanatic sweaters. It looks like they just, I mean, maybe it's going to be a 2 or 3 year thing, but it looks really just like the Adidas jerseys. The Adidas sweaters. It's not like the baseball jerseys. You know, that was a shit show. That was a shit show. And they've even admitted they're going to fix it. Whether that's next year or this year, I don't know. But what I do know, I think Sean Johnson can come in and do a job. Matt Turner and Tim Weah gets a yellow card. Okay, yep. 3 fouls to 3. Tim Weah gets a yellow card. Yeah, okay, no. No, it's not. Edson's Edson. That is the – honestly, there's only – Matt Turner is not that type of player for the USA. He is not Edson Alvarez. He is not at that level where it's like, oh, they're going to VAR. For what exactly? What the hell? Oh. Is this a red card offense on Tim Weah? Okay, so this is probably a red card offense on Tim Weah. Well, I think the USA is about to go down. Tim Weah punched a Panamanian player in the head off the ball. Yep, that's a red card. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's going to the back pocket. Tim Weah's gone. He's gone. No yellow. And Tim Weah's off. The USA are down to 10 at 18 minutes of the match. Down to 10 men against Panama. Oh, my God. Here we go. You know what? This game might just get an RSR earned anyway. Because you know what? I don't know if y'all agree with me. I know you hate Ivan Bartone, and I know he doesn't like reffing against the USA, and he does some dumb shit against him, but he punched a guy in the head. Tim Weah punched a guy in the head off a ball. If that's not a red card, I don't know what is. He punched him in the head. What's to defend on that? He punched him in the head. Like, arguably, it should be 10v10. I'll give you that. Arguably, I can see your point. But if we're trying to defend Tim Weah for punching a dude in the head, no. That was locked down. I'm surprised it took a VAR review. But, of course, it was away from the play. The ref just saw the fracas, and then, boom, yellow card. So I think we're going to change things up here. Why Venezuela's so good? Because they've got a good coach, their players are playing well, and they've got a good system. Also, Vamos Venezuela! I'm not even a Venezuela fan, but every time we bring up Venezuela, I'm going to go full Ali Moreno. Yeah, drop the gloves, baby. Drop the gloves. Hey, drop the gloves. Run one. Hey, run one. Hey, let's fucking run one, bud. Drop the gloves. Boom. Hey, let's fucking run one, bud. Drop the gloves. Boom. Tim Weah went full Matt Rempe. Actually, no, I'm using that one. If we're doing RSR, I'm using that one. Yeah, Tim Weah went full Matt Rempe. Go like, let's run one, bud. Boom. Drops the gloves and boom. Tim Weah punched a dude in the face. Off the ball. Gets a yellow card because the ref sees the fracas. He gets told in his ear, check VAR. And it took about, 2 seconds? Like Tim Weah punched dude in the face. Horrible commentator, great pundit. Ali's good on the desk. He's just a horrible commentator. MLS is back with Ali at commentating matches was hell. He's not a good commentator. I'll say that though. I will still stand on that. I said back then, during MLS is back. He's a horrible commentator. He's horrible in the booth. Horrible. Horrible. On the desk though, he's good. He's just definitely not a commentator. He's more of a pundit. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And besides, it was also fun to see him just go after Sebi Salazar every single time. I love seeing Sebi Salazar get trolled because he's an idiot. He either doesn't know what he's talking about or he just plays the fool. I don't know which one it is. He's either actually an idiot or he just plays the fool. I don't know which. He's really good at it, though. Me too. He is. It's like, why are you going to go off and just punch somebody in the head? Like, it was the 15th minute. It was the 15th or the 17th minute. You're just going to go boom for no reason. Like, what was the reason? Like, even though there's a reason, you probably shouldn't. But if there's a reason, at least there's like, yeah, I understand why you did it. He just like, boom. Like, okay. Unity! Boom! Kirk is a real one. Goal! USA! Folarin Balogun! Up a man. Panama still concedes. Folarin Balogun with a goal. His second of the tournament. Balogun is second of the tournament. And it's 1-0 USA. They avert disaster. And this time I don't think it's offside, but let's see. Or not. Fourth official's talking to Berhalter, so I don't know. Maybe that's something. I don't know. Ball played back. Anthony Robinson drops it back to Balogun. Banger! Now, this is the Balogun I expected to see. Like a year ago. There we go, Balogun. Folarin Balogun with his second goal of the tournament. Robinson with a good assist to drop back, posting in. Perfect. And technically, I guess third, if you talk about the offside against Bolivia. This is the Balogun I expected to see. This is the one I was hearing them talk up, and it is 1-0 Folarin Balogun. You know what? I'm going to change plans, even though the USA are probably going to win this match. Even though, well, I don't know. They're still down a man. I will do a review for this match after this game's over instead of reviewing Uruguay-Bolivia. I'm still going to be live for Uruguay-Bolivia. Don't worry. But like the Canada day, like Canada versus Peru day, I'll do the first game review. Then I'll be on quick enough to where I could go live for the second game and just go live for that. I think that works. Besides, I mean, I guarantee you, with what's going on in this USA game, even if they win, there's going to get more views. Well, it's probably going to get more views in a Bolivia-Uruguay video anyway, but especially now. So, 1-0 USA. But 23rd minute. 0-1 settle uno. But yeah, that was awesome by Balogun. See, this is the Balogun I expected to see. This is the one I've been hearing about for a year. Be like, oh, he's a great striker. He's the type of guy we need to be our number one striker. And then he didn't show up for a year. Hey, the game's not over yet. They're still down a man. Where'd Balogun score from? From the top of the box, but I would say he did curl it in to the far post. So, top of the box, far post curl in. Yes, he is. He started. Pulisic, why would he not start? It was an amazing goal. Jesus Ferreira's not a fake striker, damn it. Yeah, but when Haji Ride is better than him, when Balogun is better than him, even when Balogun was shit, when, honestly, Josh Sargent's better, and I'm not even a Josh Sargent fan. I think people glaze him way too heavily. Man, I heard so much, oh, Josh Sargent's the chosen one shit. Like back when I was in high school, like grade 9 or grade 10, 11, and 12, I heard so much. Josh Sargent's the chosen one. Goal! Panama tie it up! Cesar Blackman with a goal! He pops it in. It's 1-1. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And Turner was nowhere near. He was nowhere near. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Cesar Blackman with a goal. Plays in, and he gets it past the legs of Chris Richards. And Turner just drops a bit too late. And it rolls into the net. He just slides it in there. That's what you call a greasy one, folks. I don't know if you watch hockey, but that was a greasy one. That was a greasy one. That's what we like to call a greasy one. You get it past the legs of the defender and then 5-hole a guy, which is, it wasn't a 5-hole, but basically that was the football version of a 5-hole. Like the keeper got screened, you nutmegged the defender, and then the keeper just couldn't make the move quick enough. That's probably a better call, but that's called a greasy one. That's one that just squeaks past the post and the keeper just misses it by seconds. That's what we call a greasy one. If you were a hockey fan, you completely get it. If you're not, well, I hope you understood the explanation. And it's 1-1. Cesar Blackman. Yeah, that USA versus Panama RSR looks a lot better right now than it did before. 27th minute. And they're already attacking again. Cross in. First goal for Panama. Well, good for him. 1-1, 1-1. Cesar Blackman ties it up. No bueno. Not at all. No, that's what I call a greasy one. Okay, yeah, the defense was poor, but he also nutmegged the defender. Like he nutmegged Chris Richards, who was also screening Matt Turner. Matt Turner sees that ball leak through, and he's like, oh, shit, drops a second too late. It's like in hockey. And I'll use the Leafs as an example because, my God, their defensemen, well, just look at any goal that Ilya Samsonov gave up in the playoffs. Most of them were greasy ones because the Boston Bruins are assholes. They're predicated on playing greasy. And Ilya Samsonov's a shit goalie. And the Leafs defense played like chickens running around with their heads cut off when Samsonov was in net. You know how much calmer they were with a Wool in net. But whatever. Just look at any goal that Samsonov gave up in the playoffs. Look at any one. That's exactly what Matt Turner and Chris Richards just did. I've seen it way too much. I know what a greasy one looks like. I've seen it way too much. Well, I mean, it can't be worse. The Sharks suck. Do you blame me, though? Do you blame me, though? After all the shit that I've went through as a Toronto fan when it comes to the Boston Bruins, do you blame me? That's a real rival. Like, he couldn't even save the Leafs. What do you mean he could save the Sharks? He couldn't even save if he can't save the Leafs, why could he save the Sharks? They suck. But seriously, the Habs and Leafs aren't really a rivalry to me. I'm not 70 years old. I don't know how Rory feels about it, but I don't think he sees it as a rivalry either. If he did, we wouldn't be friends. Ask him. I'm pretty cordial about the Habs, and I think he's pretty cordial about the Leafs. We're not 70 years old. Habs-Leafs is not a rivalry to us. Even after 2021. That was just Leafs doing Leafs shit. That's why it's not a rivalry. To me, Bruins is a real rivalry. Florida's a real rivalry. Tampa Bay's a real rivalry. Buffalo is. Ottawa. Ottawa's the real Canadian rivalry to me. Ottawa versus Toronto is the real Canadian rivalry to me when it comes to hockey. The Battle of Ontario, that's the real rivalry. But I hate Ottawa, Buffalo, Boston, Tampa, Florida, way before I do the Habs. I was rooting for the Oilers. I mean, there were reasons to be happy for the Florida Panthers. And oh yeah, Radko Gudas wasn't there. Sam Bennett's still a piece of shit, though. Sam Bennett's still a shitheel, though. But at least Radko Gudas wasn't there. I don't know how it's possible, but Sam Bennett's a shitheel and everybody hates him, but Radko Gudas is even worse. I don't know how it's possible. But please, Bolivia. Honestly, yes, because they have to play Uruguay. If they draw, they'll make it through in second place no matter what. Oh, wait, shit. Wait. Panama plays Bolivia. If they could beat up Bolivia harder than 2-0, And the USA, oh my God, Panama could still advance with a win over Bolivia if the USA draw. They might be screwed even with a draw. Exactly. Not really, no. The St. Louis Blues. And you know what the sad part is? Like, besides the time they won the Cup and, like, the 2 years after, people don't care about the Blues anymore. Like, my second favorite team, I'm still more of a fan of than people I know. I'm still a bigger fan of my second favorite team than the people I know who should be their first favorite team. That's wild. Like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, yeah, of course, during the Cup run, you know, and the couple of years after that, people cared. People don't care no more. They didn't care before until about March of 2019, you know? Of course he was. U.S. needs the win. They might take an L versus Uruguay. Can't afford 2 L's. Also, you can't really afford a draw. You can't afford a draw because depending on how bad the Uruguay loss is and how bad Panama beats Bolivia, a draw can knock you out because Panama have 4 points with a better goal differential. A draw might just screw the USA. A loss would definitely screw them. A draw is, well, I don't know. I'd say about, 70% likely it screwed you? A loss screws you 100%. The likelihood is not on the USA side to get out of the group. They have to win. Point blank period. They have to win. And they could still do it, but the way they're playing, a draw, 1-1 draw, batten down the hatches, sound the alarm, you might be screwed. 1. As far as now, I think it's 1, but the disciplinary committee might hit them with more. But for now, it's 1. Of course, they weren't going to beat them anyway. Acting like there was any chance in hell they were beating them anyway. I went to a Devils game where the Blues lost 4-1. Timo Meier got a hat trick. Timo Meier is a really good player. I got to say, I do respect Timo Meier. He's a really good player. Boom. I don't know if that was a foul against Anthony Robinson, but okay. Okay. Timo Meier left the Sharks just in time. I mean, if he stays with the Devils, I mean, he should be on a really good team. But last year was a little bit... Let me put it like this. Hydration break indoors. Probably because of the injury, I bet. But 1-1. But yeah, I'm going to do an RSR. You know, at this point, I'm changing plans. No matter what, I'll do an RSR for this game. And that video will be up probably right as I start the second stream. And then I'll just be live for Bolivia, Uruguay. But just imagine if the USA bottled this. Blues dismantled the team after winning the Cup. O'Reilly, Perron, Pietrangelo. Yeah, they did. And, they also fired Craig Berube like the idiots they are. They blamed him for it. When they basically were trying to at least retool. And they blamed him for it. But you know what? I don't care. Guess what? The Leafs got Craig Berube. And I know he can win a Stanley Cup because I saw him do it. For my second favorite team. But I'm always going to be a fan of Craig Berube. That was the right move for the Leafs. They should have done it 6 months ago. They should have fired Sheldon Keefe in January as soon as Berube was free. Shouldn't have waited till June, but you know what? Don't care. Berube's a Leaf. And he's going to be the 4th ever coach to win 2 Stanley Cups for 2 different teams. And both of them are my favorites. Ha! Except the Blues did it first, but I don't care. Congratulations to you. Habs get Marchessault in free agency. I could see it. Ironically enough, I could see it. But, I mean, yeah, basically, Doug Armstrong went full hacksaw. Went full hacksaw. Bannister's not a bad coach, but Berube is a better coach. Wouldn't it have been funny if Bannister didn't do good enough and almost get him to the playoffs, and then they hired Sheldon Keefe? Like if the Leafs and Blues just switched. Wouldn't that have been funny? Jack Hughes didn't get injured in February. He would have been the best. Yeah, but he did. And then the year went off the rails for you. Who's the best Blues player? For me, I mean, they basically reloaded. Ooh. Kasperi Kapanen. At this point, well, no, Jordan Binnington, right? Yeah, Jordan Binnington. We'll go there. Or Kasperi Kapanen. Personally, I want us to trade Mitch Marner for Kasperi Kapanen. But it also seems like Greg Berube is going to try to get Perron to the Leafs as well. He loves David Perron, which I'm a fan of David Perron too, so it's fine by me. Cross in, header, and he was on that Stanley Cup winning team, so it's fine by me. It's fine by me. It's very good on the power play. We need another shot threat on the power play besides Matthews and Riley, so, you know. All-time best Blues player? Either Keith Tkachuk or Vladimir Tarasenko if we're going all-time, though. Yeah, I would go there. I mean, yeah, Gretzky played there for like 3 months, but, you know, that doesn't count. Like, Gretzky's Gretzky. That's he wasn't the best Blues player. He only played there for 3 months, half a season, less than. He almost got him to a Stanley Cup final, but Gretzky's Gretzky. Let's just, I will add, like, all-time, yes, Gretzky played there for 3 months, but he doesn't count. Wayne Gretzky is Wayne Gretzky. But, yeah, Keith Tkachuk or Vladimir Tarasenko all-time. U.S. playing with 10 players. Honestly, me too. I agree with you. I would not enjoy hanging out with Sebi, though. Well, okay, no. If I control Sebi, I'd hang out with him. But if he's just running his damn mouth, I'm going to probably need a couple of beers, and I'm not even an alcoholic. Hell, I'll drink freaking I'll drink Bud Light. Whatever gets me drunkest the quickest when it comes to Sebi. Especially if he's running his damn mouth. Whatever gets me drunkest the quickest, which wouldn't take much because, you know, I barely drink. This game's chaotic. Well, yeah, because nobody gives a shit. See, Mitch Marner's in the perfect place. He can just play hockey. Nobody's going to call him out for being a absolute horrible playoff performer and, honestly, a hot dog. Nobody's going to call him out. And, honestly, I'm not, because you know what? He's not screwing up the Leafs. And the Blues are like, what, 3 years away? So you know what? I won't even call him out. And I hate him. I hate Mitch Marner. Hell, I might just buy a Mitch Marner Blues sweater just so it'd be like a thank you present for fucking off to a place where nobody gives a shit. And he's not ruining the Leafs anymore. Like, ironically, I might just buy a Mitch Marner Blues sweater if he got traded here. Just as a, hey, I'm glad you fucked off and you're playing in a place where nobody cares. And you're not ruining my main team anymore, who actually has a chance to win the cup. You hot dog punk. They should have never kept you. Let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you skate. I hate the way that you shoot. I hate the way that you assist. I hate the way you can't play in the playoffs. I hate the way that you're not Zach Hyman, you punk. I hate the way that you're not Zach Hyman, you punk. I hate your annoying ass father who acts like your damn agent. Punk. Punk. Keith Kachuk's their dad. He actually drank out of the Stanley Cup after Florida won it, which I loved seeing that. I loved seeing that. I'm a fan of Keith Kachuk, so I was happy to see that. What's up, everyone? How we doing? He punched him in the face, but can't do that against the run of play. It honestly is. Why are you wanting to be on a freaking... No. Mitch Marner has to play on a shit team nobody cares about. Like the Blues at this point, or Nashville. If we're going to send him to a place that could win a Stanley Cup right now, is that any punishment for him? Besides, how could they even fit him in cap-wise? They're in cap hell. How could they even fit him in cap-wise? Or you know what? I'll take Pietrangelo. And you know what? If they trade him to Vegas, you know what? I'll take Pietrangelo. I want Pietrangelo. We need a right-handed shot. Playing right-handed D. Give me Pietrangelo. Besides, he also played for Berube. Yeah, give me Pietrangelo. Yeah. He still got it, right? He still got it, right? And you know what? Doesn't Barbashev play in Vegas too? Doesn't he? Yeah, give me Barbashev too, if that's the case. Yeah, Barbashev and Pietrangelo for Marner. Works for me. That'd be interesting. I agree with that. Not so sure. It's hard to defend the cup. And they still got the players. You know what? Yeah, Utah's perfect. Go to the Shadow Realm, Mitch. Send him to the Shadow Realm. There's nobody worth a damn we could trade him for, though. Or we take out his cap hit. We trade the players we get for him for somebody else. Or we sign somebody with that cap hit freed up with some nobody sent to us. We could just stuff them on the Marlies. I don't know. Shit, yeah, make it a salary dump. I don't care. There's nobody worth a damn on Utah / the Coyotes, the ex-Coyotes. There's nobody worth a damn. There's nobody worth a damn. There's nobody worth it. It should have been the Utah Blizzards. I heard that was a possible name. Should have been the Utah Blizzards. USA seems lost. That's what happens when you're down to 10 and somebody does a dumbass thing to go down to 10. That's what happens. Outside of Keller, but yeah. They're not going to trade him, though. Like, they're not trading any of their rookies, like Keller, or their young players on ELCs. So, yeah. Man, I wish Oliver Ekman-Larsson was still there. Man, that would have been a good move. Shit, Florida got there first. But yeah, speaking of Zach Hyman, that is the worst thing the Leafs ever did was not re-sign Zach Hyman. We kept Mitch Marner over Zach Hyman. How foolish was that? We kept a punk instead of a grinder who scores goals. And you can say, but he doesn't post up at the net with Matthews. You take away Marner, maybe you would have. Let's just remember, you give Matthews Zach Hyman, like McDavid has him, he's going to get the assists too, not just the goals. He would score like McDavid. Foul on Panama. He'd score like McDavid. So, you know what? But no, we kept a punk for three years longer. We kept a punk-ass jackass for 3 years longer who can't perform in the playoffs. Oh, speaking of, Zach Hyman has as many goals as Austin Matthews does this year, even though he played the playoffs, plus the playoffs. Yeah. Just imagine, 2 60-goal scores. But no, we kept a punk. Okay, sure. 46 minutes. The The second best sport in the world. Football is number 1. Association football is number 1. Hockey's 1A. Hockey is the second best sport in the world. Only football is better. But trust me, for me, it's football and hockey. 1A, 1B. Association football, of course. Soccer. I don't say the word soccer. I don't like saying it. 46 minute, 1-1. Uno. Hockey is just as amazing. Besides, you've seen me stream Leafs games, especially during the playoffs. You know what hockey is. I don't know if you were here for the World Juniors Canada versus Czechia game, but, you know. Cross in. I mean, let's just think about it. It's very similar. Like, hockey is similar to football, though. More than you think. It's on ice. Maybe it's more a bit futsal-y. There's smaller nets, but... And it's 5v5 instead, but... Or 6v6 with the... 6v6. I was talking to Henry, but I know. 6v6 with the goalies, but, you know, it's actually a lot... It's a little bit more high octane because it's a smaller playing surface, but it's a lot more similar than you think. It's a lot more similar than you think, except they're on skates. Plays forward. Shot! Oh, off the post, Balogun. Like, it's not too weird. I'm going to say it. I don't think it's too weird to basically, as most favorite sports, it being football and hockey. I don't think it's that weird. I think it's pretty normal to have that be a thought process. I think it's a very similar thing to have as top 2. Well, that's the one thing you can't do, yeah. Ask Timothy Weah. You can't be Matt Rempe or Ryan Reeves or George Peros. And, you know, and I'll tell you this. You know why George Peros hates the Leafs so much? Because he got brained on the ice by a Leafs player. Got a concussion during a fight that ruined his career by a Leafs player, and he's never let it go. He's never let it go. But I guess it's sort of ironic because Brendan Shanahan, before he was the president of the Leafs, was the director of NHL player safety, which is where Peros is now. So I guess it's only fitting that the Leafs get screwed over so hard by it. But, you know, because we took the last one and made him the president of the team. So I guess they don't want that to happen again. So they just took the biggest goon who hates the Leafs and then just, you know, yeah. It's rigged against the Leafs, you know? Well, he had it off the post, but one count, one offside, just like Bolivia. Hey, that's better than what he has been doing. .49th minute, we're close to halftime. Saved. Ooh. Panama, they're getting a bit heated, I gotta say. I agree. Halftime very soon. We're into the 50th minute. It's at the ref's discretion, and it is halftime, 1-1. 1-1. Miro tiempo. This is almost disaster for the USA. If the USA don't find a winning goal, this is disaster. When were the Maple Leafs in their prime? 67. I mean, yeah, they have a golden generation right now, but I wouldn't say prime if you can't win but one first-round series. They have the best player. Like, seriously, like, if you watch the Fanatics commercial, the one of Austin Matthews seeing his new jersey, The first one they show him of the old jerseys was the Alex Ovechkin 2006 Capitals throwback. Like the one with the big eagle and all that, the blue and gold. And I'm like, they knew what they were doing showing Ovechkin first. Because Austin Matthews, all intents and purposes, is going to beat Alex Ovechkin's scoring record. He's going to score more goals in his career, barring an injury, than what Ovechkin did. Austin Matthews is going to be the best goal scorer in NHL history. He's walking down that path. The Leafs have probably the guy who's going to be the best goal scorer of all time. Wasting his career. He at least signed an 8-year extension. Yeah, he signed an extension. I thought it gets to 8 years, but he signed an extension. But when you have a golden generation, like they're basically, the Leafs are pulling to England. They're wasting their golden generation heavily. But maybe they're going to try to make a move that stops that from happening. But yes, Ovi's going to pass Gretzky. Then Austin's going to pass Ovi in like 12 years. Hopefully in a Leafs jersey. I mean, at that point. Ovi's passing Gretzky. Austin's going to pass Ovi. I think Ovi's going to play till he passes Gretzky. I'm going to be totally honest. Like, Ovi's going to go, if he has to, he's going to go full Albert Pujols. You know? Like, Albert Pujols wanted to hit 700 so bad. Like, and then when he had that good half season with the Dodgers, and he's like, shit, maybe I could hit 700. He went back to the Cardinals and then went for it. Ovi's going to be like Albert Pujols. Ovi's going to play until he passes Gretzky on goal scoring. Once he does that, he'll either retire at the end of that season or just retire immediately, depending on how good the Capitals are. He ain't leaving the Capitals, but he's going to be like Albert Pujols. He's going to go to the wheels, even after the wheels fall off, until he passes Gretzky. That's the way Ovi just seems to me. I don't know when the wheels fall off, but and they'll have that record for like 10 years, and then Austin's coming for him. Trash. Stupid, trash, dumb, lackadaisical. The red card didn't wake him up. The goal against didn't wake him up. Panama's starting to kick them around. The USA, if they draw this game, that's probably enough to make them lose or get knocked out of the tournament against Uruguay. Because let's just remember, Panama's playing Bolivia, and I think Panama beats Bolivia. Now, if it's a draw would be good enough for the USA. A draw would be good enough tonight against the Panama for the Uruguay game if Panama-Bolivia is a draw. But I don't think Bolivia is good enough to draw Panama. I really don't. So then you're worried about goal differential, and they'll have 4 points if they beat Bolivia, and then the U.S. will have 4 points if they only draw here and then lose to Uruguay. It's very likely on Monday the USA might crash out of this tournament if they don't pick up 1 goal and get the win. Ooh, neither Clint Dempsey. Donovan's a good player, but Dempsey was better. Pulisic is a good player. Dempsey was better. As a Clint Dempsey stan, I mean, even though I was always supporting CONCACAF, even as a Canadian fan, but I was always a fan of Clint Dempsey. Let's give Clint Dempsey his due. Clint Dempsey is the best United States men's national team player of all time. Stop acting like it's Pulisic or Donovan. It was Clint Dempsey. The mentality of Clint Dempsey, the way he played, his career ended a bit too early. It was Clint Dempsey. Always has been, always will be. I cannot stand people be like, oh, it's Donovan or Pulisic. It's like, why are we forgetting about Clint Dempsey? Why? And besides, he had better success in Europe than either of them. Pulisic had 1 good year with Milan and Project Restart. Come on. Next year, if Pulisic has another good year and a half with Milan or just in Europe in general against with a good team, like Aston Villa level type team at least, I'll give it to you. But the European career part. But as a U.S. player, Freaking Clint Dempsey bled for that crest. Pulisic doesn't. Donovan doesn't. Clint Dempsey, the passion that man brought and the performances that man brought, the fact that people don't even talk him up as one of the best, as the best U.S., or even in that discussion, honestly pisses me off. It really does. It really does. But you don't know where I'm from, dog. You don't know where I'm from, dog. Yeah, you know, I'm not surprised it ended up that way. Like, Bronny drops to the Lakers, they take him. Braun and Bronny play together as they all wanted. It's funny though. Like, you know what? I think it's the Lakers didn't want to spend a high pick on Bronny, you know? So they told LeBron to say, hey, I don't want to play with my kid. I don't have to play with my kid on the same team. And then exactly what happens? His stock falls, ironically enough, to the point the Lakers could pick him in the second round. I think Braun was lying. He just didn't want to leave LA. And of course, when they get Redick, and nobody thought, you know what? Maybe LeBron just doesn't want to leave LA. Call me crazy, but I think when LeBron said he didn't want to play with Bronny on his team, he was playing a mind game. And then Redick comes in and they don't even realize what LeBron just pulled. And then, ironically enough, because they don't realize it, Bronny falls to the Lakers in the second round and they get him anyway. It's kind of seems like a conspiracy to me. The Lakers didn't want to spend a first on him. That's what it was. And honestly, Braun probably didn't want to go to anywhere in the top 10 anyway. So that it makes sense to me. Okay, that's just crazy. With that being said, we'll take a short break, talk about the stats at the half, get this one going, sit tight, 1-1. Uno, miedo tiempo. Sit tight. Back from stats at the half. 3 years, $3 million for Tyler Myers. Ah, damn it. That's a Leafs target gone. That's a Leafs bargain right-handed D with a right shot gone. Son of a. That's one of them. That's a bargain target gone. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I watched Steve Dangle's pre-free agency video. I did. Of course I did. With that being said, stats of the half, 72% possession to 28% possession, 7 shots to 3, 1 shot on goal to 2, 227 accurate passes, 86% to 63, 62%. My God, Panama are getting out-possessed. Or the USA are getting out. That's no way. That's not true. Wait, the USA are getting out-possessed like hell. Hold on. Panama's been holding most of the possession of the game. Whoa. It is 72% possession, 28% possession, 7 shots to 3, 227 accurate passes, 86% to 62%, 9 fouls to 3, 2 corners to 0, 7 shots to 3, 1 shot on goal to 2, 264 passes to 101, 64% or 86% pass accuracy to 62, 8 throws to 9, 0 offside to 3, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0. 1-1 at the half. Uno. Panama is actually dominating the USA when it comes to physicality, having the ball, holding the ball, not giving USA chances to score. Panama, Matt Turner's off at the half. Gio Reyna's off at the half. And Tyler Adams is off at the half. For Ethan Horvath, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and Johnny Cardozo. Greg. Oh, no. That's a stupid idea. Then you have to hope that Panama draws Bolivia. You have to hope Panama draws Bolivia or you somehow pull a result out of your ass against Uruguay. Are you stupid? Eduardo Guerrero's off for Jose Fajardo. Are you stupid, Greg? Are you stupid? Like, I know Panama's kicking you around like a freaking... I don't know, like a can down the road, but Jesus Christ. They're Panama. I don't care if you're down a man. By the way, what their first goal? Yeah, their first goal was down a man. Yeah, this game has been Pete CONCACAF. And the United States might just bottle their way out of this tournament. What the hell? It's a must-win. It legitimately, honestly, is a must-win. Or you draw and hope Bolivia get a point off Panama, which, I'm sorry, I don't think happens. Bolivia is about just as bad as Montserrat. And we all saw what happened with Panama versus Montserrat. We all know what happened there. We saw that game on this damn channel. So, my point being is this. Okay. You're going to put your fate in the hands of Bolivia. A team that you beat so easily that a 2-0 looked weak. Yeah, okay, sure. Corner for Panama. And a Panama win and a USA loss is pretty much a death warrant. If a draw is a death warrant, a draw is you're on a ventilator. A loss is a death warrant. If you're the USA, a draw is you're on a ventilator. A loss is a death warrant. Simple as. So, I'd rather go for the win, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, this game does deserve an RSR. Even if the USA pull out and win, they still, well, they'll advance. So I guess all's well that ends well, but I'll find ways to pick at it. Or if I'm talking about, or if I get to do the RSR for a draw, I get to say, hey, sound the alarm. You really think Bolivia is going to save your ass? And do you really think you're going to get a result against Uruguay? Man, how crazy these things go. Playing forward. Cameron Carter-Vickers is in the midfield. Oh, Lord. Down to 10 players since the 18-minute. Tim Weah, red card. Like, seriously, Greg Berhalter has got... Well, I mean... Hey, if you're a U.S. fan who wants Greg Berhalter out, you might just get your wish. Thank Thomas Christensen. USA are in a 5-back. Well, that makes more sense. So 5-back versus 5-back. Okay. Hey. I thought it was supposed to be a non-CONCACAF game. Well, the referee's a CONCACAF ref. USA's playing like they're minnows. And Panama, well, Panama looks like the better team. Crazily enough. Like, yeah, they've been physical, but they look like the better team. I told you this was going to be a tough match. Ivan Bartone's from El Salvador. Unless they use Salvadoran refs sometimes, but I don't think they do. Might be getting confused with CCL matches. With that being said, honestly, Panama looks like the better team. Panama wants it more. I told you this game was going to be tough. I told you this game was going to be a tough match. What did I tell you? That this ain't as easy as you think. Panama's not a team to sleep on. And the USA legitimately sort of shot themselves in the foot. But it's 1-1. 49th minute, 1-1. Still 1-1. USA down to 10. Panama's honestly played better throughout the game. Throughout the first half, they've shown a lot of physicality. Some of their chances have been better. They've held the ball a lot longer. They've held more possession. They've played the ball around more. Panama legit looks like the better team in this game. And I said this game was going to be tough, but let's go, Panama. You got this. A draw would be enough to basically send the USA out of this tournament because I think Panama, the way they play Uruguay, the way they played the USA, I think they'll beat Bolivia. So basically, if you're the USA, you're hoping on the last day you somehow pull a draw off Uruguay, that they rotate after getting 6 points and you pull a draw off them. Or you hope that somehow Bolivia draws Panama. McKinnon wins the Ted Lindsay. Good for him. Not surprising, but shot save. Ethan Horvath spills it, but cleared. Cleared by the USA. Horvath almost spilt it. A loss is an absolute disaster for the USA. That is a disaster. Then that means you have to basically, well, no, that means you would have to beat Uruguay. And then goal differential could still bite you in the ass with Panama and Bolivia. So basically the only thing that puts USA through for sure is a win. Anything else is probably danger zone territory. Considering of how the matches are put together, and they're basically playing them probably lose, and Panama's playing probably win. And goal differential could play into that. Weah, 18-minute red card. Balogun, 22nd minute goal. And Cesar Blackman gets a greasy one in there to make it 1-1 in the 26th minute. The USA have a whole half to find a winning goal and hope to hold on to it. If they don't, well, Yeah, that must not be fun either. Mexico and Brazil, that's not fun. That's not fun. Playing forward, 53rd minute. 1-1, uno esta noche. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. I will review this game. I'm doing a review for this game instead. This is the ref that gave Mexico 13 extra minutes to win the Nations League over Honduras. Well, that is true as well, yes. So you would think he'd help the USA, but no. Or it's so obvious he couldn't. So obvious he couldn't. Playing forward. Cross in, cleared. It's crazy, but that's saved by Ethan Horvath. That'll be a goal kick. Still 1-1, uno. This is going to be who the U.S. face next. Uruguay. So they basically got to definitely lose, and Panama's got to definitely win. You know what that adds up to if this stays a draw? The U.S. eliminated from the tournament in the group stage, getting grouped. Even if Uruguay rotates after a win against them or against Bolivia, the U.S. is not going to pick up a draw to get themselves through. They're going to have to worry about the Bolivia-Panama game. Do you see the OFC Nations Cup? No, I did not. New Zealand won 5-0. Still 1-1, yes. Uruguay's a good team. That's my point. Even rotated, they still should beat the USA's A team. Minus Weah. Bunker ball, Lucci style. Protect the tie. Not that it matters because you're still going to lose. Still could knock you out. Protect the tie. Bunker ball. Bunker ball. It's just New Zealand versus Tiny Islands. That'd be stupider. I mean, yeah, if it was like, I don't know, Montserrat or something. If it was Suriname. If it was Puerto Rico. But, I'm sure it would be teams like that. Like CFU teams and the teams that are trying to build something new. But, well, I think a draw would do enough because, again, a draw pretty much puts them on the back burner, ironically enough. Because, again, if you look at the numbers, again, a draw is tantamount to a loss at this point. A loss just confirms you're going into the danger zone. Because if you lose, Panama has 3 points. Then you would have to beat a rotated Uruguay after they beat Bolivia. Here's the problem, though. Panama has 3 points as well, and they're playing Bolivia. So you still got to hope for Panama to have a lesser result than expected. So 6 points to 6 points. Oh, and by the way, the head-to-head would not be near you or for you. So, again, you got to hope the goal differential goes your way. And I guarantee you if they do beat Uruguay, it'd be a 1-0 win. So that doesn't help you at all. You also got to hope Panama doesn't beat the shit out of Bolivia more than you did, which you really should wanted to get more goals at that point. I don't know. Point being is a draw is basically tantamount to a loss here. It's just the likelihood for the U.S. to get out is slightly better than a complete loss. But in the end, I don't see Panama losing to Bolivia. That's 4 points. I don't see the U.S. picking up a point or beating a rotated Uruguay, and certainly not the number 1 Uruguay side. This is tantamount to the U.S. getting eliminated. It really is. A draw would probably do it. Are you telling me Fajardo may be getting a penalty here? Carter Vickers may have given away a penalty on Fajardo. Oh, no. There is a sub here, that's for sure. Cesar Blackman is off. He got a goal. He's being replaced by Freddie Gondola. Nope, it's a throw-in. Okay, so there's no VAR check, but they did show the replay. That could have been called. Luckily, it wasn't. I think that could have been called. I don't know about you, but I think that could have been called. But again, a draw here for the USA is tantamount to losing and getting eliminated. The only thing is it's not as bad for their probabilities getting out, but it's still like 70% likely they get eliminated, knowing who they're playing and who Panama's playing. But, hey, at least have a 30% shot of getting out of the group instead of Panama with a draw. With a loss, to be honest, in my opinion, I'd say it's about 5% likely you get out of the group. I mean, you still could. You're not eliminated, but it's a lot harder. Like, a draw is still like 30%, which isn't much, but it's better than 5. It's worse than the 100% through rating you would have if you won the game. Foul for the USA against Panama, that'll be a free kick. They didn't even check it, by the way. No penalty. But I think they should have, to be honest. Too many layers of irony for me. A draw is better than losing. It's not the result itself. It's the fact of what's after that result. As I said, the USA plays Uruguay. The USA is not going to beat Uruguay. Especially the A-team Uruguay, but even a rotated Uruguay, they're not going to beat. The question is, can they pick up a point? I don't think they do. Even against a rotated Uruguay, I don't think they pick up a point. Well, Darwin Nunez won't play. That's probably a problem, actually. You probably want Darwin Nunez to play if you want a point. Did you not see what he did against Panama? He's going to miss every damn thing. As long as you don't let him charge up his laser. I'm a charging my laser. I'm a firing my laser. Boom! That legitimately is Darwin Nunez. He has to charge the laser before he fires the laser. And then he scores. You just don't let him get to the... Yeah. You don't let him get to that. You might want him to actually play if you're the USA. As long as you defend long enough to not let him get to the point where he does fire the laser. That's a good one. Yeah. I don't blame you. Point being is the USA needs a point against Uruguay if this is a draw. I don't think they get it. Hold on. It's a penalty for Panama. Fajardo gets called for the penalty. Huh. Yeah, you're not winning. If they score this, it's a penalty for Panama. It's a penalty for Panama. Fajardo gets fouled on the penalty. They got lucky on one of them. They didn't get lucky here. They take him out. It's a pen for Panama. They're going to the VAR monitor. Or it could be, but they're going to the VAR monitor. 64th minute. Dive, no penalty, and a card for diving, says somebody. I don't know. Let's see what they say. Fajardo, it's tight. It's tight, but Carter Vickers gets him without the ball, but Fajardo could have dived. Fajardo could have dived. I need to see another angle. It looks to me like he did dive for the most part. He dived, but is there that small amount of contact? Is there that small amount of contact that gives it a penalty? That's the question. This may be the angle. No, I don't know, Jim. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. I don't know, Jim. No penalty. No penalty. No penalty. It's a dive. It's no penalty. He dived. The USA gets another reprieve. Well, I don't know if it's a reprieve, but at least it's not they're down 2-1 reprieve. I mean, yeah, Horvath did save a penalty at the Nations League, but who knows? Dive, no pen. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Hey, by the way, what y'all think about the Tony Romo impression? Rob. Hamburglar strikes. I thought that was a pretty good Tony Romo impression, by the way. I thought it was. I don't know what. Robbed. Case in point, why VAR needs to review for simulation. Good job, VAR, but give the yellow. But they can't review for simulation. Ref's going to VAR for fun. He really wants us to lose. 67th minute. Fall on the floor, candidate. Playing forward. 67th minute. Oh, Lord. My God, the USA is playing horribly. Matt Turner left game at halftime with a leg contusion. Now, how the hell did that happen? I thought it was a shoulder injury. How the hell did a leg contusion happen? 68th minute, 1-1, 1-1. Panama's no walk in the park no more. They haven't been since 2021. I told you, don't sleep on Panama. Don't sleep on them. Thought I was crazy that this game was going to be tough. Exactly. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I don't see Panama beating or losing to Bolivia or even drawing to Bolivia. A win against Bolivia would probably, but by the way, all they have to do is hope the USA get battered by Uruguay, which may or may not happen. It may just be a 1-0 loss. A draw for the USA would be enough in that game as well, even if Panama were to win. But if the USA loses to Uruguay, all that Panama would have to do is win. So it's 4-2, right? 4-2. So 2 goals, a 2-0 win puts them at 0. USA has a 3-1, a +2 goal differential. So you would want the USA to lose 2-0, which would put them at a 0. So basically, if you're Panama, you have to win 3-0 against Bolivia. I mean, right now, Horvath, but I think Sean Johnson's better than both at this point, to be totally honest. 69th minute. Basically, the less you get beat by Uruguay as the USA, the more goals Panama would have to score, is the good news. If it's a 1-0, they would have to score 4 to get that +1 goal differential. Then I think head-to-head would take over, but I got to do the math completely. But 70th minute. Pulisic still. Plays on Balogun. Balogun's onside. But nobody's there for the second cross, and that's going to go wide. Goal kick. Amazing U.S. talented team wasted by Greg. But hey, if you want Greg to finally get fired, maybe this is the way you should want. This is what you should want to happen. He's not getting fired if they make the quarterfinals. That's good enough for them. If they make the semifinals, he's certainly not getting fired. If they make the third place game and lose or win, he's certainly not getting fired. He gets in the knockout stage, he's safer and safer as it goes. I'd say it's 70-30 he stays if they make the quarterfinals. I think he's gone if they get grouped. He has to be gone if they get grouped. He has to be. I mean, that Colombia game doesn't help either. '71st minute. Valerian Balogun is off for Ricardo Pepi. Okay, I don't know, but you know what? Ricardo Pepi does save Berhalter's ass a lot. Ricardo Pepi's had his moments of saving Berhalter's ass. Maybe he does it again. The handyman, Ricardo Pepi. Wow, Pepi choked like 4 shots against Bolivia. Let's not forget, Ricardo Pepi's known for saving Greg Berhalter's ass multiple times, especially the Honduras San Pedro Sula game. Remember? What, Pepi scored a hat trick in the second half to save his ass, and they won the game, and people stopped saying Berhalter out because it was a really bad early start, of course. And then since then, Pepe saved his ass multiple times. I call him Handyman. I call him the Handyman. Header. What are you doing? Panama brings it down. Pulisic. Panama. Still Panama. Shot save. Horvath. This game sucks. 73rd minute. Barcenas back heels it. Murillo gets to it. Nutmegs defender, but saved by Horvath. The USA are walking up against a tightrope that they don't need to be walking up against. Here's the USA, and they waste that chance. That was the chance they needed to take, and they couldn't get it. Anthony Robinson bombing up the wing. Cross in by Anthony Robinson. Too far. Mosquera catches. 74th minute. Hughes, Yossi, or Makar for the Norris. I say Makar. My opinion. 74th minute. Ooh. Picked up by Horvath. 74th minute. Foul. USA will get a free kick. If the U.S. scores, they better have no shame and park the bus. Quinn Hughes won the Norris. Most points for a D-man this year. Fair. Okay, fair. 75th minute. I mean, they're already parking the bus. They're trying to hit on the counter. You know it. Like, they're already parking the bus. They're trying to hit on the counter. Abiel Ayarza coming on for Panama, the former Independiente man. Christian Martinez off. Abiel Ayarza played for Independiente the day that they beat Tirana 4-0 at Estadio Agustin Maquita Sanchez. He was on the squad. He scored against us that day, actually. He scored against us, but he was on the team during that time. Say Gio out, Musa in. Gio been pulled. Gio been pulled. Gio been pulled. You may be looking at Anthony Robinson thinking that's Gio because, you know, they both have beach blonde short hair. 75th minute, but I'm learning you need a good manager no matter how good your team is. Otherwise, you're equal and mediocre. The game's equal because of the two managers. Exactly. You need a good manager. Exactly. Thank God. There we go. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You need a good manager. Like, I don't care what talent you have. Like, the only time I've seen a bad manager, like, be truly carried and a team looks absolutely, what's the word? World class is LAFC under Bob Bradley. That team carried Bob Bradley and made his career go longer for about, 2 more years. That's at least what it should have been. He might just have more of a career. I don't know. But to me, that's just MLS. But if your manager is trash, your team is trash. Like, seriously, they are. Like, it's a wonder West Ham has had such a good couple of years recently because David Moyes is trash. USA has the ball. Can they break? Pulisic, but it gets cleared. Played right to the foot of a Panamanian player. It means the RSR is going to get more views at least. I just realized Canada might be the only CONCACAF team to advance out of the group stage. Well, no. Well, Panama would advance too if this was the case. Wouldn't it be crazy if Canada's a team that advances, but the USA and Mexico doesn't? I'm going to talk shit about that for I don't know how long I'm going to hold that over people's heads, but if Canada's the CONCACAF team that goes the furthest, which the way this competition's going might just be likely, I'm going to talk shit about that forever. I'm going to talk shit about that forever. You will not shut me up. And I told you Jesse Marsch was the third best manager in this tournament. I said it for a reason. And y'all call me crazy. Jesse Marsch is the third best manager in this tournament. Scaloni and Bielsa are the only ones who are better than him. Obviously better. Greg is fighting with his assistants on the bench. BJ Callahan's like, sit down, Baldy. I'm going to fix this. Frickin' BJ Callahan's probably telling him, sit down, Baldy. I'm going to fix this. Because I'm the good manager here. Matt Turner should be okay to play against Uruguay. Well, gets help from his fairy godparents. That's out for a goal kick. '79th minute. But then again, nah. That's too meta. That's too meta. '80th minute. 1-1, 1-1 esta noche. Cross in by Panama, headed away. How did Panama get the godly Thomas Christensen, who could easily be England's manager? They did, and England stuck with Mr. Waistcoat for way too long. Greg Berhalter, but you want to talk about Mr. Waistcoat? We'll go there. Greg Berhalter and Gareth Southgate are two peas in a pod. The only thing different is one loves sneakers and the other one wears a waistcoat. Header! Save Mosquera. That might have been the chance. Pepe's header goes right to the hands of Mosquera. Well, they bottled that one. One loves wearing sneakers and looking like an absolute hobo on the touchline. The other wears a waistcoat. But they are the same. They are the absolute same. Berhalter and Gareth Southgate. They both have golden generations that they've pissed away. Absolutely pissed away. Southgate's just done it for longer. But call me crazy. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Like, did you not see the World Cup match between them? Did you not see the World Cup match between England and USA? How boring that was? How feckless that was? How empty that was? It was a 0-0 draw. Did you see how bad that game was? I remember how feckless that game was. Because that's exactly how Berhalter and Southgate wants their team to play. Southgate, honestly, worse. At least Berhalter, if there is, they do try to hold possession and play the ball forward. I think about, what, like 5? Header. Southgate's completely a punk. They turtle like it's freaking, they're in the Galapagos. The USA at least try, but then they're in situations like this where they do completely turtle. Shot blocked. Hey, remember that one time where the USA and Mexico, or not USA and Mexico, but USA and England had very similar jerseys? Like, remember the Euro 2016 England jerseys? Shot, goal! Oh my God! Panama take the lead! Jose Fajardo slots one home, and the USA are on the brink. Goal, Panama! 2-1. Jose Fajardo. 2-1. No way. No way. Jose Fajardo has just damned the USA to being eliminated unless there's an offside on this play. Cross in, Fajardo slots it over the head of Ethan Horvath. Goodbye, Greg. Ya punk. Off the hands and in. Jose Fajardo. '84th minute. 2-1, 2-1, and Panama have put the U.S. on the brink. Jose Fajardo, the best goal scorer on the Panamanian roster, have put the United States definitely on the brink. He scored his first 2 goals against the USA in 2020 friendly, and he might have just ended the Berhalter regime. Of course, they still have to play Uruguay, but honestly, no. Fire him now and let BJ run that game if you want any chance of getting out of the group. No, I'm going there. No, I'm going there. Screw it. No. We're going there. USA, Matt Crocker. Fire Greg now. Tarmac his ass in Atlanta. Now, you want any chance of getting out of the group? Let BJ run the game against Uruguay. And then the rest of the tournament, if they so do beat Uruguay and get out of the group. Do it. Keeping Greg for the final match day is tantamount to waving the white flag. It is tantamount to waving the white flag. Get rid of his ass. Somebody go get him a damp cool towel. Somebody go get him a damp cool towel so he could defeat the hot flashes. Does anybody have a damp cool towel or one of those like frozen ice pack pillows? No? A fan? No, here's the thing. When it comes to tournaments like these, I'm rooting for CONCACAF just like I did the World Cup. Okay? But I'm going to call it like I see it. And the USA and Greg Berhalter are absolute crap. You know what I do here. I call it like I see it. But I'm rooting for CONCACAF here. And frankly, the USA has a better chance of doing something than Panama, or at least on paper. Maybe not exactly. Maybe Panama does have just as good of a chance. But you know what? Yeah. My heart says Canada's going to be the team that goes the farthest out of CONCACAF in this tournament, and I'll be able to talk shit for the rest of my life. It's something I will never not get over if that so does happen. But there's the truth side, which is the USA is a joke, especially under Greg Berhalter. I want the CONCACAF teams to do the best in international competitions. Of course, Canada's first. And of course, when it's the World Cup, Italy comes in there, Japan comes in there. I care about them too. But, and there's a red card for Carrasquilla. It's down to 10v10. for 5 minutes. So the best that could happen is the USA draws. Carrasquilla's out. Carrasquilla's out. But the USA has to score to have any shot. Carrasquilla is off. But that might help if the USA could pull back to a draw. Besides, speaking it as it is, did you not see my rant on Mexico last night on the RSR? Did you not see that? I talked truth. I talked truth about Mexico last night, and I'm about to do the same thing for the USA in about 5 minutes. So, mind you, Tactical Stress TV. Damn right. 88th minute. Luckily for you, El Tree sucks ass too. And Chris Richards gets a yellow. Luckily for you, El Tree sucks ass too. So they ain't going nowhere either. It's probably going to be hard enough for the USA fans to watch Canada get to the semifinal of this tournament with Jesse Marsh as the manager. It's probably going to be hard enough for you to handle that. What if Mexico was good? You add that on, Jesus Christ. 89th minute. $15 fouls to 3. Carrasquilla's off the pitch. Can the USA score and tie this one up and put themselves back at a 30% chance? What? What? Yeah, if it was Mauro Biello or John Herdman, we probably would have been grouped. I agree. Hey, I agree. If it was Biello or John Herdman, we would have been grouped. I agree. But Jesse Marsh, as I said, is the third best manager in this tournament. Jesse Marsh is him. Jesse Marsh is him. I used to think John Herdman. I used to think John Herdman was him. He's not, but Jesse Marsh is. Jesse Marsh is him. And guess who has him? Not you. Ha. Not you. Pulisic with a free kick. Hellebuck wins the Vesna. Bielsa, Scaloni, then Marsh. Bielsa 1, Scaloni 2, Marsh 3. Simple. Plays in. Headed away. Stoppage time. Let's see what we got. 4 minutes for the USA to get a draw. Equal back at 10. Let's consider one of those was a draw against not Panama, France. 91st minute. Mm. 91st minute. Playing forward, Barcenas. Let's go. They take it to the corner. 3 minutes to go. Cleared by the USA. Wait, is Panama going to score third? 92nd minute. Edgardo Farina gets a yellow card. Panama's playing good. I agree. I agree. So, header cleared. Oh! Oh! Free kick for the USA, 92nd minute, but that was a heavy tackle. I dare Greg to say the team showed spirit tonight. If he does that, I am going to fly. I will teleport to Atlanta and slap him in the face myself. Like, I will get teleportation powers and teleport to Atlanta and slap him in the face myself. I dare. Horvath comes in for the free kick. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to say they showed spirit. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Over the bar by Richards. I double dog dare you. Thomas Christensen, give him his flowers. He's awesome. I told you this game would be tough. I didn't know it'd be this tough. Thomas Christensen brought it. Dirt fouls by Panama, one after the other. You're still losing, though. Hey, is it working, though? It's working for Panama. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean they're wrong. Doesn't mean they're wrong, okay? Just because you don't like it don't mean they're wrong. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. 94th minute. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. 10 seconds. Think the USA can beat Uruguay? No. They can't even beat Panama. I don't care if Uruguay rotates. Uruguay's second team is better than the USA's first team without Weah. They're not beating them, and they have to at this point. It's not happening. I'm still going to cover that game because that's the one that needs to be covered, but, you know, they're not. They're not beating Uruguay. They have to beat, especially if they beat Bolivia, they're probably going to play a B team. With that being said, it's full time. 2-1. 2-1 esta noche. The USA are up against the wall. They are on life support in this tournament. They're on oxygen. Panama might just go through. But Uruguay versus Bolivia is next. But what we will do is I'll be making an RSR for this game. Panama beats the U.S. 2-1. The RSR will come after this game. I'll be live for Uruguay, Bolivia. And then that's that for the night. So RSR in the middle, which that'll be up as soon as I start getting live for Panama or Bolivia, Uruguay. But with that being said, I'll see you, well, within the hour either way. But whatever. With that being said, 2-1 Panama. The USA give up a howler. And they may just be out of this tournament. They're on life support when it comes to this tournament. They have to beat Uruguay and hope Panama doesn't do enough to pit them on goal differential with a win against Bolivia. We will find out, though. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send your super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in place. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. What an absolute failure from the USMNT. And we're moving on. But RSR and then the live stream, we'll see how that runs. But maybe up at the same time. I don't know. But with that being said, I'm running. I'm out. Peace. See you later.